I had the perfect setup, my friends. On paper, nothing could defeat it. Fuji X-H2S, 16mm 1.4, perfect vlogging setup, but you switch into HD 240p. It crops in 38%, giving you a 33mm lens. F-Log 2C, new firmware. Nothing could go wrong. Nothing could defeat it except the Fuji Assassin. They're everywhere. Just joking, they're not that. Oh, damn you.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Fuji X-H2S right now with that same combo, 16mm 1.4. I like it for this. For vlogging, it's actually like pretty stable and reliable autofocus. A little too much, Tony, you stop it down. Exercise some discipline, you'll be fine. And I was thinking, the slow-mo street videography stuff that I like, with that crop, 33mm, okay. I'm not gonna miss framing, pointing too high. Things are gonna be good. This new firmware, Fuji's gonna nail the autofocus. Man, was I wrong. First, let me show you the good shots. We'll do a little music montage, and then we talk about the cons and the shots that could have been but never were.
I look her in the eyes, I wonder if she's surprised or knows that I wanna hide. I like hiding, I have to panhandle with candles in my hands. Why do people look at me like I'm a mammal? I'm not an animal, I'm wearing sandals. Fanboy, you rest in peace, I'm out of ammo. Soy boy, you eat too much corn while you watch porn. You're ordinary, like normal people. You're a trend-hopping sheep, but the sheep go sleepless. The meek, meatless. Your minimalistic approach to sinister thoughts are criminal, but your technique is limited. Sometimes we fall behind all the time, all the time. But we will climb from behind. Symbolical hypocrite, your phantom is insignificant. You're a ritualistic intimate, in need of assistance, but keeping his distance. You could use some practice while you acting like a baby on a California king mattress. Get back to when you acted like you never lacked and had to pack a bunch of backups as distractions. What's your inner purpose? Who designed the story? Why did you desert him? God deserves the glory. Dismiss your animal instincts and return to your mission. Separate yourself from competition. Sometimes we fall behind all the time.
So not bad, you got Fuji Magic, F-Log 2C, that was all that. It was decent. Low light performance, I don't know, cloudy day wasn't the best day for this. I went out with 3 setups that day. I reviewed that Siryu 85mm lens, and then I brought the Nikon with the 50mm 1.4, and also this Fuji setup, which constantly hunted to the background no matter how interesting the people you saw. I guess I could have set a focus limiter to just stay within a couple meters, but I hate having to do that. I shouldn't have to. And I was just shocked at how many times there was a perfect subject and then Fuji would jump to the background for no particular reason. Like these people. Oh, cool, you got them? Gone forever. Gone are you from my life. Witness protection program mode engaged. This would have been the perfect travel vlog setup. Just Fuji color magic. If you do this on any other system, your vlogging lens is not going to crop in with the super slow-mo. Like Nikon's a 5% crop. So like I'm using that to the advantage. You have your prime lens, ultimate 3D pop, and then boom, you're punching in. and super slow-mo, like on paper, yeah. This old man looked so interesting. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, no. Oh, you old-timey rocker. Damn it, I'll never know your stories. This mother and daughter team, briefly out and then in, like it was in and out, maybe switching back and forth between them and the background though. And that was the major problem with this setup, was that like everything seemed in focus. There was almost no separation. You might as well just bring the DJI Pocket 3 at that point. I did take that out on a separate day. We're still waiting to get that into a video. As she glanced over to size him up, was he a potential date? No, he wasn't. He's on a skateboard. He's a teenager. I need a man. Here's a girl that fell for a guy with a skateboard, and then she pointed. Could have been a magical shot, but Fuji pointed at the building in the background. That was the more interesting thing to you, Fuji. You liked that instead, not the blonde with the purple gloves and the guy with the skateboard, and they're pointing to their next hotel. Oh, now you got them. Another potential mother-daughter team in focus briefly for half a millisecond. These ladies, it seemed to get, I guess you have to have a pure pitch black background and then slight white things in the foreground. And you're like, oh, okay, we'll focus on that for 80% of the time. It really makes you question, like, why do you have a Fuji camera? Like, what do you even use it for? I really like the look. For in here, I enjoy the 16mm. If we're doing like, I like 24mm equiv if I'm looking at something on the screen and I need to be here and then talk to you and then look at the thing. We're reviewing your bullshit photos and I'm like, okay, back to here and then, okay, looking at this. Otherwise, I would have the longer, the 35mm, a 50 equiv, and then I back up a notch. We're back there with ton balls surrounding everyone, and that's fun times. But like the wide, this is great for filming me. Autofocus pretty good in here, but where it's not good is everywhere else. Oh, don't worry, ladies. I'm filming the background. It's cool. You're not in my shot. I wanted the background, that nice winner's sign. You should take a look at it sometime behind you. It's awesome. This guy scared me. I don't know what he was drinking. A NOS. Sounds like an energy drink. It's drugs. That's all we know for sure. And he was up to no good. I'll tell you that much. Not that Fuji wanted to focus on him, but like this guy was in focus for 8% of this shot, and the seizure-inducing backgrounds are what I really wanted. I figure if you have a seizure while watching one of my videos, you might fall onto the subscribe button and then I gain an extra sub. Take that. But damn, Fuji, you had one job. Like, it's so simple. Really, like that, it's very obvious of what I want to be in focus, and just only tiny glimpses are ever in, and it's constantly in and out. Like, just try not to completely F my shot. Like, you're doing good so far, cool. Now that they're closer and more prominent, it's like, okay, oh, no, Fuji, why? Those guys were so cool. And then there was her, realizing how cool they were. She was memorizing a moment. She was looking back. And this girl was like, oh, hell no. Hell not today. You ain't filming me today. This couple frozen together, starving, needing help, but Fuji wouldn't recognize that they needed help, and they looked elsewhere. It's really unfortunate that you can't trust Fuji to do a damn thing, so you're really stuck kind of just filming yourself for YouTube. I can do this type of video or go out in nature. It seems to be pretty reliable as one guy in nature. And if you had to manually focus, okay, you stop it down, you get some beautiful shots, decent dynamic range, nice Fuji color science. Although this F-Log 2C, you're not accurate at all. When I compared the Fuji to the Sony, those pants on Fuji, that's not even close to what they are. The salmon pants are Sony colored, and that was right. And I couldn't even dance to the top of the mountain. It seems to be okay for the face if you nail your white balance by mistake somehow. Sometimes I manage to do that, and then it's less red in the face, and I appreciate that. But this is what it took for Fuji to finally get somewhat in focus. You need like a large blimp, a large yellow prominent figure, and it takes a while, but then Fuji's like, wait, is that the thing? I see it. I think I see it. You barely saw it. Actually, it's not even in focus. It looked like it was. Now that I see it full screen, it's not even close to in focus. So you let me down, Fuji. I brought you out expecting magic, because whenever I take the Fuji out, magical things happen. The world just does things to impress you, but if it's not in focus, what's the point? Like this lady's jacket, what was that? I don't even know what that is, and I missed it. Kind of panning too fast. Even with the 16mm, I somehow did not predict her moving speed. Oh, I suck at this. It's kind of funny because I was very happy with just Sony ZV-E1 and Nikon Z6 III, and then I went insane and bought a Canon C70 and a Fuji X-H2S, and so far, even though I prefer both of those to the other two losers, you're very much less capable, and I'm only finding myself more annoyed having to use you. The C70 has been faltering like crazy outside. I can't trust you 1 second for autofocus, not even just one man in nature. There's only one guy, and it's face only detect, and it's like hunting on trees and shit. But Fuji, you have a nice look, so I don't want to get rid of you. It's just I wish you were more capable and I could use you for other things. And then you'd be like replacing Sony and Nikon. It's like, okay, like right now, you think I wouldn't love having that 500mm on this? Prime, autofocus, wildlife? But it wouldn't. I'd be coming home like this, disappointed that I missed every shot. And I was like, why did I sell the Nikon lens? What was I thinking? So like, I'm not doing that. I can already see that future. Me crying in the corner. No, thank you. So, what do you think? Did we get enough usable shots? You'll come home with enough for a montage, but barely. That's not right, man. Like Sony, it's every shot as long as you framed it. Nikon is most of the shots, like 80%. It's some autofocus quirks, and Stabe's always jerky and is way noisier. But then, like, it's off a cliff. Or Fuji, like, you can't even do it. It's a genre some people do. Slow motion street video. People do it. Work on it, Fuji. Work on Bitcoin donations. Sorry if there was mouth clicky sounds. I don't know how to get rid of those. I drank a smoothie. That only made things worse. Thank you, Steinbeck, for the microphone. Subscribe for more.